Okay, so stop me if you've heard this one before. A hapless straight man, or perhaps a collective herd of hapless straight men, find themselves subject to the arbitrary whims of some nerdy dickweed or group of nerdy dickweeds as they arduously explain a board game's rules, escalating in absurdity over the course of the sketch, and that's the whole joke. College Humor did it, Rhett and Link did it, No Rules Barred did it, it's a classic.
So each and every one of these pieces has a different function, and if you can't remember them all, you should go home now. What are you looking at your cards for? They're not going to help you. So you've got move, dash, trade, midnight trade, build a farm, pyromancy, spin the where's the prosperity wheel?
Stop me if you've heard this one before. A hapless straight man just wants to explain the rules to their favorite board game, but their friends are too fucking stupid to understand and they keep derailing the process. This one's almost as popular. Phil Jameson did it, ProZD did it, No Rules Barred also did this one.
So on your turn, you can do one of three things.
That's a bit complicated for your mother.
Can you not just do two things?
There's two things. Come on, son.
What I find funny is that these are essentially just two diametrically opposed perspectives on the same interaction. Like, each of these genders of sketch gives the striking impression that they were created by the object of the other gender's ridicule. Trying to explain a board game was written by the dude trying to teach German tag in the College Humor bit.
Okay, I'm sure we can just figure it out as we go.
Okay, one more thing.
Guess I'll just figure it out as I go.
What?
I'm fine. No, let's start. I get it.
You get it? There's nothing to get. I haven't started.
Now, I know what side I fall on. I have far more often been this guy than I've been this guy, explaining for the 15th goddamn time the difference between a location being connected versus being in your network while teaching Brass Birmingham. I'm biased. I relate to the experience of being interrupted during a teach by someone just saying, "This is confusing," like, not even giving an actionable question, just adding meaningless fucking noise to the room. But I must admit, there's a pretty toxic air of superiority to both of these genders of YouTube sketch. Like, obviously, the College Humor sketch is just noxious. It's the same as any other sketch in its gender, but the punchlines are worse. They tell on themselves by actually naming the German board games they're satirizing.
Guys, it's the best game ever. Germany knows how to do games. Catan, Carcassonne, Puerto Rico.
Look, I'm sorry, but Carcassonne? Was Carcassonne too complicated for you? Complicated enough to justify revealing at the end that this was just all some elaborate power play by the teacher?
Trap, why is this so important to you? This is how I prove I'm better than you.
Okay, now it says that we need to divide into 5 teams of 13.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry you were briefly made aware of your own lack of knowledge on an arbitrary subject, and you had to make a whole YouTube sketch about it to retroactively paint the knowledgeable as uppity freaks? Like, wow, I can't wait to impress my friends with how smart I am for knowing the rules to fucking Carcassonne. However, distancing myself from my personal bias for a sec, there's almost as much of this toxic air to the opposite gender of sketch. Like, in all the videos, they're teaching dead simple games to let the joke land. Monopoly, code names, Ticket to Ride. But you know this is based on the experience of trying to teach your friends Brass Birmingham and getting mad when you have to remind them of the difference between something being connected and being in your network more than twice. Like, I'm sorry that your friends don't have the prerequisite autism-fueled encyclopedia of constituent mechanics that makes learning rules easy for us. They don't know what a worker placement is. They're only guilty of the crime of being neurotypical, which is obviously punishable by death. The best version of either of these ideas, though, is definitely Auntie Donna's one, if only because it's just a little more two-sided, non-binary, if you will. Like, it's aligned to one side. The archetypical geek is the main butt of the joke, but the hapless normies get a couple shots too, and it even has something of a happy ending.
What?
Zach wins. He played the Don Quixote card.
Why have I been collecting wood?
Oh, you collect wood to win the game.
Why does he get one card and he wins then?
Because if you play the Don Quixote card, you win the game.
I've got wood everywhere.
Yeah, and you need the wood to win the game.
This is bullshit, Mark.
Want to play again?
I do.
It's fun, isn't it?
Once I realise...
That last cutoff line is the best joke in any of these videos. Thanks for